Hello, good morning children. Today in this video I am going to explain class 8 geography 3rd chapter mineral and power resources. So all your geography textbook, it contains how to use the resources which are available on the world, on the earth surface. What type of resources? First chapter is about resources, and second chapter is about land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. And now let's come mineral and power resources. Mineral and power resources. What type of power resources are there? What type of minerals are there on the earth surface? Let's go and see. Kiri was visiting Sukan in his native place near Dhanbad. So here one boy. What is the name of the boy? Kiri. He was going to visit Sukan in his native place near Dhanbad. Kiri was amazed to see that large areas were black. So when he was going to see Sukan, he noticed that all the areas were covered with black. That means all the areas were dusty. Sukant, why is this place so black and dusty? She asked. So Kiri asked Sukant, why your place is so dirty and black? She asked, this is because of the coal mines nearby. Do you see the tracks? They are carrying the mineral coal. So Sukant replied, here in his place Dhanbad there are coal mines. In Dhanbad there are coal mines. So people were digging coal. That's why the place is covered with coal dust and it is dirty. The place is covered with coal dusty and covered with coal dust. Replied Sukant. What are minerals? Asked Kiri. So here Kiri got the doubt. What are the minerals? Coal mines you are saying. What are the minerals? She asked Sukant. Sukant replied, have you ever seen a baker baking biscuits? Have you ever seen a baker baking the biscuits? The flour, milk, sugar and sometimes eggs are mixed together. So you know already, while baking a cake we need flour. Okay, flour, sugar and eggs. All these things are necessary for making a cake. While eating the baked biscuits, can you see these ingredients separately? So after baking the cake we can't see those things because we mix all those ingredients and we will make a cake. So we can't see afterwards, after baking we can't see all those things. Just as in the biscuits, there are a number of things that you cannot see. Rocks on this earth have several materials called minerals mixed in them. So on this earth surface there are so many minerals. So many minerals are there on the earth surface. Rocks containing so many mineral materials. These minerals are scattered throughout the earth's rocky crust. So these minerals they have spread among the earth's surface. Okay, they scattered throughout the earth. A naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition is called a mineral. They have given the definition of the mineral. What is the definition? A naturally occurring substance. A naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition. That has a definite chemical composition is called a mineral. One more time, see this. What is the mineral? A naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition. The material which is available naturally and having chemical composition, definite chemical, that means it should contain the chemical composition is called a mineral. So, what is a mineral? A naturally occurring substance, a naturally available substance that has a definite chemical composition. That means that substance should contain some chemical composition. Then only it is called a mineral. Okay, do you understood, children? Minerals are not evenly distributed over space. They are concentrated in a particular area or rock formation. So, all these minerals are not only spread in only in particular area. They have scattered, they have spread everywhere on the earth's surface. Some minerals are found in areas which are not easily accessible. Some minerals, see, on this earth's surface, some are there. You know, already we have continents and oceans. Some are so hot and some are so cool. Some are rocky. So, these minerals are spread all over the earth. They have scattered everywhere. And these which are not easily accessible, such as the Arctic Ocean bed and Antarctica. You know, Arctic bed and Antarctica means Arctic bed and Antarctica. This means these two are frozen areas, yes or not? Poles areas. So, there the land is covered with ice beds. In those areas, we can't go and dig them. So, in such conditions, some minerals are found. Okay, these minerals are found in the places which are not easily accessible. Minerals are formed in different types of geological environments under varying conditions. They are created by natural process without any human interference. You should keep in mind, these minerals are formed naturally. Naturally without any human interference. There is not, these minerals are formed naturally without man's interference. Okay, without man's interference. They can be identified on the basis of their physical properties such as color, density, hardness, and chemical property such as solubility. So, we can find them on the basis of physical properties, their physical properties. Okay, physical properties such as, what are the physical properties? Color, density, hardness, and chemical property such as solubility. So, chemical property, that means solubility. So, taking these under consideration, taking all these things under consideration, we can find what type of minerals are they. Okay, so these are the properties on the physical. What are they? Color, density, hardness, and chemical properties such as solubility. So, on the basis of these properties, we can find them what type of a mineral that one is. Okay, next, types of minerals. So, here you have learned what are minerals. Now, let's go and see how many types of minerals are there. How many types of minerals are there? Types of minerals. There are over 3,000 different minerals. How many types of minerals? There are different 3,000 minerals are there. On the basis of composition, minerals are classified mainly as metallic and non-metallic minerals. So, minerals are classified as two types. What are they? First one is metallic. And second one is non-metallic. Okay. Metallic minerals contain metal in raw form. So, here metallic minerals means they contains metals. They contains metals in raw form. Metals in raw form. Metals are hard substances that conduct heat and electricity and have a characteristic luster or shine. So, metals, the metals which are that conduct heat and electricity, which conducts heat and electricity, and characteristic shine must be there. Then only those type of minerals are called as metallic minerals. That minerals are called as metallic minerals. One more time I will say. Metallic minerals contain metal in raw form. Metals are hard substances that conduct heat and electricity and have a characteristic luster or shine. For example, iron ore, bauxite, manganese. What are the examples for these metallic minerals? Iron ore, iron, bauxite, and manganese. So, that means all these are metals, hard and which can conduct heat and electricity, and a characteristic shine also will be there for these metals. Metallic minerals may be ferrous or non-ferrous. So, these metallic minerals are also differentiated as ferrous and non-ferrous. What is this ferrous and non-ferrous? Let's see. Metallic minerals are also called as, are classified as ferrous and non-ferrous. Okay. Ferrous minerals like iron ore, manganese and chromites contain iron. So, here ferrous minerals means the metals which contain iron. Metals which contain iron. Are called ferrous minerals. The metals which contain iron are called ferrous minerals. What are the examples here given? Iron ore. Examples: iron ore, manganese, and chromites. So, here we can say, see, minerals are classified as metallic and non-metallic minerals. Here, metallic minerals means the metals which contain chemical substances, hardness, which conduct heat and electricity. They are called metallic minerals, and metals in raw form. So, here metallic minerals are also classified as ferrous and non-ferrous minerals. Here, ferrous metals means the metals which contain iron. Okay, the metals which contain iron are called ferrous minerals. The metals which do not contain iron are called non-ferrous minerals. Here, ferrous metals means, what are the examples they have given? Iron ore, manganese, chromites. Iron ore, manganese, chromites are the examples for ferrous minerals. Now, a non-ferrous mineral does not contain iron. So, here non-ferrous minerals, they does not contain iron. Here, what are the examples here for non-ferrous minerals? They are does not contain but may contain some other metals such as gold, silver, copper, lead and copper. So, these are the examples for non-ferrous minerals. One more time I will read, children. See, a non-ferrous mineral does not contain iron. A non-ferrous mineral, it does not contain iron, but it may contain some other metals. Example, gold, silver, lead and copper. So, these types of minerals are called as non-ferrous minerals. So, metallic minerals are divided into two forms. They are ferrous minerals and the second one is non-ferrous minerals. On the basis of ferrous minerals, they are the metals which contain iron are called ferrous minerals. For example, they are iron ore, manganese and chromides. Then a non-ferrous minerals does not contain iron, but they may contain other minerals, for example, gold, silver, lead and copper. So, this is the classification. Now, what about non-metallic minerals? Non-metallic minerals do not contain metals. So, here metallic minerals, they contain metals. Here don't contain minerals. Don't contain metals. Okay. Metallic minerals contains metals and non-metallic minerals, they don't contain metals. Limestone, mica and gypsum. What are the examples for non-metallic minerals? They are limestone, mica and gypsum. Okay, these are the examples for non-metallic minerals. The mineral fuels like coal and petroleum are also non-metallic minerals. So, here coal, okay, petroleum are also examples for non-metallic minerals. So, here we can say petroleum, it's a liquid form, you know already. So, these are also comes under non-metallic minerals. Next, minerals can be extracted by mining, drilling or quarrying. So, here you understood types of minerals. Okay, types of minerals. How many types of minerals? Metallic and non-metallic. Metallic minerals means which contains metals. Here, metallic minerals also two types. Okay, there are two types. They are ferrous and non-ferrous. Ferrous means the metals which contain iron. Metals containing iron are called ferrous minerals, which doesn't contain iron. They are called as non-ferrous minerals. Next, second category, metallic and here non-metallic. Non-metallic means the minerals which does not contain metals. The minerals which does not contain metals are called non-metallic minerals. For example, limestone, mica and gypsum. And coal and petroleum, they are also comes under this category of non-metallic minerals. Now, let's see. So, how we are taking out. So, already you know that these minerals are spread over the earth's surface. So, how to take them out? Let's see. So, there are three types to extract these minerals. What are they? Minerals can be extracted by mining, drilling or quarrying. So, these are the three processes. What are they? Mining, drilling or quarrying. So, these are the three processes which minerals can be extracted by. Okay, extraction of minerals. Here, they have given a small flow chart, you see. Okay. Extraction of minerals. extraction of minerals. Mining. What is the second process? Drilling. And the third process is quarrying. So here mining also of two types. What are they? Open cast mining. Open cast mining. And the second one is shaft mining. Okay, let's see what are these types and how to extract. Okay, the process of taking out minerals from rocks buried under the earth's surface is called mining. So, the process of extraction of minerals. Which are buried under the earth's surface is called mining. Okay. Minerals that lie at shallow depths are taken out by removing the surface layer. This is known as open cast mining. So, if the minerals are taken from the earth's surface, then it is called mining. But if they are removed if they are extracted by removing the layer of the earth, if they are taken by removing the layer of the earth, surface layer, then it is called open cast mining. I will write the definition. See, minerals taken out by removing the surface layer, then that is called open cast mining. If the minerals removed by okay, one more time I will tell what is mining. Mining means the process of taking out of the minerals from the earth's surface. Then it is called mining. Okay, if the minerals are taken out, minerals that lie at shallow depths are taken out by removing the surface layer. If the minerals are taken out by removing the surface layer, then that is called open cast mining. Next, deep bores called shafts have to be made to reach mineral deposits that lie at great depths. This is called shaft mining. See, if the layer, only surface layer removed and taking out minerals means that is open cast mining. If the minerals are under the very deep shallow, okay, under very deep shallow, that means very depth, very far of the earth layers, then they have to make deep bores, shallows, deep shafts. Okay, then like this. Okay, if the shafts are digged out and the minerals are removed, extracted, then it is called shaft mining. Okay, here open cast mining means on the surface of the earth only one layer removed and here only we will find minerals. But here open shaft mining means if they are under the deep layers of the earth, and if we have to dig deep shafts, then it is called shaft mining. Petroleum and natural gas occur far below the earth's surface. You know, petroleum and natural gas, they will be under the petroleum. So petroleum we will get very deep layers of the earth. Deep wells are bored to take them out. This is called drilling. Okay, you know, already picture also they have given how they will remove this petroleum and natural gas. Okay, this is the picture. Minerals that lie near the surface are simply dug out by the process known as quarrying. So, only on the surface. If the minerals are on the surface and they are easily dug out means that process is quarrying. You know, already we have near this quarry, what are they, chips and some red soils they will dig out. That is, that process is called as quarrying. Okay, so here you have learned now what are minerals and types of minerals and extraction of minerals, 3 process. I hope you understood, children. In the next video, I will explain you the distribution of minerals. Thank you. Have a nice day.